It's week 4 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He's coming up a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Browns and the Ravens, and it's all up next.
It is a cold rain coming down. It could be a wet and wild one here by the lakeshore as we join you from Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And he rolls across the 20 to the 24-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yard is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going deep for Bateman. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try to keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Jakeem Grant. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now Cade York for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards. First down. Now Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy,
touchdown! Zay Flowers, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, it's Chubb. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to Because he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Look at this Baltimore defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir. On
4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, #1, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. If you look at this Browns defense, it's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the league.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Jackson now. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Jackson on target there to Beckham. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. We are in for a good one as we're through one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. As they've got it as we resume action. Edwards now on 1st and 10. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are able to add on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Browns 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Powering his way forward. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Jackson, a short one there, caught by Likely. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Jackson on 1st down. And he'll go right back to Andrews. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And then we've got a 3rd down to pick up the first. To throw again is Jackson. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Real quick.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be taken in. For a Ravens touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And just shutting him off there. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and it seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They're going option play on 3rd down. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Jakeem Grant deep for Cleveland. Fights loose. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Now is 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Chubb with a 1st down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. I think it's 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still
under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at it.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
A final shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Texans who are out in front. The rookie, C.J. Stroud, taken number 2 overall with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting L.A. Rams as that one's gone to halftime. The rookie, Anthony Richardson, showing exactly why he was taken 4th overall. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. The Ravens were led in that first half by who else? The former MVP Lamar Jackson. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From the 21, here's second down and 8. Back to throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That was Travis Jones working his way through and sticking him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll try the air now with Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Jackson now. Throw caught by Flowers. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
25 yards there on the catch and run. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Man, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, check.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd down and 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Off the option, here's Edwards. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this down inside the 20. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Unlock line! Unlock! No! No!
Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6. At the Browns.
Here's Huntley. He finds Bateman over the middle.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
We can't have that.
And that flag's on Myles Garrett, and we know he's got a nose for getting after the quarterback, but that time, even though he's going to protest it a little bit, he's a step late, and they hit him with the penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Ready?
Edwards will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Browns 21.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. It's caught. Beckham. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
70.
Huntley looks to throw. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
First down, Baltimore.
Huntley to throw. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Looking to throw here, Huntley. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault, because to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 6-yard
18, Rattler, 18, go!
To throw, Huntley. And it's caught. Touchdown. Odell Beckham from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Check. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is Jakeem Grant.